Hi, welcome to today's walk through the garden. I think today we're maybe just gonna do the east side of the house, the east garden. We'll kind of see how the time goes. We're starting over here along the fence line by the barn. Our sweet autumn clematis are looking beautiful and smell wonderful. Really liking that look. I think I need another one on that post right there. I would like to see pretty much the whole fence draped in that sweet autumn clematis. I think it would be beautiful, especially on this side next to that black summer wine 9-bark. The contrast, I don't know if you can see it with the sun, the contrast is beautiful. And I love how the 9-bark is starting to grow through the fence as well. The Cornell Bronze dahlias are looking beautiful in that container with the sweet autumn draping over it. This one always opens later. So there are 3, I guess you can probably tell that. 1 on each post. Not aggressive here. I know that they can be invasive in some places, but we don't seem to have a problem with it here. They die all the way back in the winter. We're zone 4B, upstate New York, right off the lake. We get lake effect snow, huge snow load. So we don't have a problem with them being invasive or spreading. But that's a beautiful look right now. We also have the, is it sage? I had cut that all the way back. I don't know if I did it in the spring or if I did it last fall. It flushed back out, but I didn't get many blooms this year. I like that along the edge. Change this week. I dug out all of the purple gladiolas that were behind there. They didn't get a lot of sun, and so they didn't flower real well, and there was just a lot going on there. I think I'll probably stick another daylily behind there. I have 2. I have 1 here. Well, there's more than 2, but there's a big gap now. There's potential right there. So we'll see. I have some plans for this space. Let me see if I can get my shadow out of the way. Plans for this space coming. Excited about that. So I transplanted. I had some sedum there, which you'll see coming up. And then some of the creeping phlox. The creeping phlox were getting buried up underneath. I had a nice drift of them there. They were too short to compete with that sage. I hope I'm calling that by the right name. Pretty sure that's sage. Maybe I'll check and see if I can find what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's sage. Zinnias still doing their thing. You can see the, I wanted to point out that the sweet autumn clematis is growing up the birch tree a little bit. It'll just be a seasonal thing though. It's not gonna harm the Not gonna harm the birch tree. Check out that. This is the best thing about a river birch, is the bark. The peeling bark. And it's such a peach color. It's beautiful. It's a three trunk, multi-trunk there. So yeah, we have some potential. We have bare spots now around the base that we can plant some stuff. We still have some marigolds, the zinnias, rudbeckia. I am really liking this Weigela. I can't remember the name. I'll try to think of putting the name up there. I think it's about full size. I don't know. This is its second year. I need to get some more of those maybe and do a swoop of those. We have the Bobo hydrangea, coneflower, not sure. I think that might be powwow wildberry. Coneflower. I did notice that my Monarda, which is Pardon My Purple, I believe, is getting some powdery mildew on it, which is kind of surprising. You'll notice it's a bit breezy tonight, this evening, but it hasn't been humid. And I really kind of thought the new, I'm sorry about the shadowing, the new Monardas were kind of bred to get rid of that, but we'll see. I have some pink, I want to say it's dianthus. They're blooming again. Got 3 of them. Their first year. I have a rose back there. I have 3 peach. I have the Roald Dahl. I can't remember what the other 2 are. I'll have to try to look that up. There's this, so I'm not sure which one that is. Here's the evergreen that I moved last weekend. It's turning a little brown. It's a little concerning. But it was completely shaded, so I'm wondering if it's gotten a little sunburned. Is that a thing? Not sure about that either. To do some research. Still have a little bit of glads left. Of course, the hollyhocks, which are still being eaten by Japanese beetles. I thought that season was over, but they're back. Well, they probably never left. This Sunseeker's watermelon is a beautiful color. Very different coneflower than any of the rest of them that I have. It goes very well with this very awesome hardy hibiscus, which is still flowering. This rose back here is another one of the peach or apricot colored ones. And it's a lot of shrub and not, I don't know if it's bloomed at all. There should be a third one back in there somewhere. Daylilies, they keep on putting up a few scapes. That's green turtle key. Then we have the Nepeta. It's just one I grew from seed. I want to say it's Walker's Low. I have that, and I just keep dividing it and spreading it throughout my garden. It's a great front of the border option. Does get hit with the lawnmower a little bit though, I'm not gonna lie. Asheville Encore is put up some new scapes and got some new flowers. It's beautiful. And of course we have the beautiful Verbena bonariensis. Lots of those hollyhocks. I'm hoping next year to have at least a variety, not the same hollyhock. I realize I'm going to have that hollyhock forever unless I aggressively, and I don't even know if you can get rid of it altogether. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just that it feels like right now everything blooming in this bed is purple. So we'll see. I'd like to get another hollyhock, a different style, maybe a double or something, growing in this bed. Another very awesome hardy hibiscus. Some more Verbena bonariensis. That is Vista Jazzberry back there with a Dichondra Silver Falls that I grew from seed. It is not a good time to be videoing and not get shadows. That is the lilac hardy hibiscus that's, I believe, new out this year. Or was it last year? I got it last year at the end. That was a fall plant last year. So 1 full year in the ground. And those two were planted at the exact same time. So who knows? These are the Japanese anemones that I moved last weekend, I think. They're still they're doing okay, but they're a little angry that they got moved. Summer wine 9-bark, although right now you really can't tell the difference between that and the summer wine black. I hope this wow, I'm doing horrible with names today. It's a birch. I'll put the name up. I hope it fills out more next year. I've seen it on other people's videos, and mine looks very much the same as theirs. So that plant really needs to do something spectacular because it just kind of looks weak. Either needs to get more full or something. Moved that container over there last weekend. That's a bush raspberry and some Pallida iris in there. I did end up planting that coral berry down in there. So hopefully next year that will be a thing. The other coral berry I planted over there I didn't point out. Oh, I also forgot to point out I ended up moving. So remember that coral berry there. Let's see here. Try not to make you sick. I ended up taking out this Weigela and I put a smoke bush in there. So hopefully that'll be a nice big tall accent in that area. What I was hoping to get with the Weigela and never got. This is the other coral berry. It's pretty large actually. I don't know if I should have waited till the sun went down a little bit. I'm considering putting a evergreen or conifer back there in that spot. I think we could use it. Got a couple conifers coming, so I have some smaller ones around, but we'll see. That's the thing about conifers. buy smaller ones because they're affordable, but they take forever to grow and I get impatient. So we'll see. So that's the other coral berry right there. I almost would like to do a couple of those together. But I have 3 Munstead roses there that are beautiful. They never really get real tall, but this past year they had a great first flush of roses. Beautiful. This is where I transplanted that sedum that was over there by the birch tree. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of feeling like I'm not a huge sedum fan. They're very low maintenance. They kind of look stringy, like they're not full. But this is their first year, so we'll see. Edo peony right there, yellow one, maybe Bartzilla. And I also planted back behind there another summerific evening rose to match the ones on the other side, on the side of the house there. We'll see those in a minute. This is the area that I've been complaining doesn't have enough late summer color. So we'll see next year. Hopefully I get it right. There's the wheat growing back there that looks just like grass right now. We'll see. We'll see how that goes next year. I have a Berry Poppins or an Arctic Fire dogwood. But neither of my dogwoods, like I've mentioned in other tours, get berries. So I believe the male has died. That's what I think has happened. I thought this was the male back here, but I don't know. No, that new one is Candy Crush. Candy Crush. This is the evening rose one. I have some rhubarb planted there. This is the Serbian or the Celtic by Proven Winners. That's soft conifer. Does turn a little bit bronze colored in the winter. Lady of Shalott rose. My biggest David Austin rose. And it's beautiful. I definitely need more of those in my life. They're very risky here. I'm going to try planting them deeper. That one has not had any problems at all. The Munstead roses, they've been in there for a few years. I did have my best rose year this year, but I have lost a few. But they are very good about, they have a 5-year warranty. So that's wonderful. Some daylilies, coneflowers, the strawberry ground covers. I have some chives. I've also planted more coneflowers for next year. So there's one there that's a yellow. One over here that's Ruby Star. So hopefully I'll have more color in this area next year. For late summer. I have spring color, but I need more longer season interest. Some daylilies, dragon candy. I have some foxglove that will bloom next year. Another lilac hardy hibiscus. This one here, and I've got one right over there. This one hasn't flowered yet and doesn't have many blooms on it. So I'm thinking it doesn't get enough sun. Probably going to end up moving that one. I have some phlox in here that have not bloomed, so maybe next year. some more peonies in there. Now that we cleaned up this dappled willow, maybe a little more sunlight will get in to some of these things. Those I want to say are strawberry colored foxgloves, so those will be a first. I've had peach, white, and a purple colored, so I'm anxious to see what the strawberry look like. The helenium is flowering right now. Seed pods still developing on the daylilies. That's another strawberry vanilla. Purple gladiola. Moving into the shade. It's only shade right now. This would be considered a full sun bed. Midnight Masquerade. Think they'll be taller next year. Coneflowers going over. Got the evergreen back there and another one down in there. Chives blooming. We have roses. This is the second flush. This is David Austin. I'll have to try to put the name up because let me tell you, this right here is the perfect rose. The smell, the color, just absolutely beautiful. I'm no longer deadheading it because we've gotten down in the 40s 2 nights in a row, so it needs to know that winter's coming. Screaming Cherries is a new daylily for this year, so excited to see that bloom next year and be able to hybridize it with some others. This is the Prince Tut papyrus grass. It's finally doing something. It's been in there since May, and it just looked sickly all year until now. Same thing with the sweet potato vine. And that's the ultra blue verbena, I think. Our purple, hot purple pink gladiola. This is the same creeping phlox that I had over there by the birch that I transplanted it to the pink garden. We have some Lisianthus that are getting ready to bloom, as well as some snapdragons blooming, and the storm hardy hibiscus is getting ready to bloom. That's really pretty with the dark foliage. The honeysuckle at the top of the arbor is blooming. This is a curly willow. Not a curly willow. Curly white spruce. All right, the side of the house. Nothing's changed. I did pull out some of these because they are really overtaking that bed. So I pulled out a whole clump. Love this. That has gotten huge. It's been there probably about 3 years. And it's bigger than the golden, than the soft serve gold arborvitae. I had a container that was full of mint there that I took out. And I'm still debating on planting the blues. It's a Colorado spruce. It's a weeping Colorado spruce. I really think it'll probably get planted there. I have 2 concerns. The soft serve arborvitae. There's only, maybe 3 feet in between them. So eventually they're going to touch. But probably not for like 10 years with how conifers grow. But we'll see. That's that and the hosta. The hosta is not going to take 10 years to grow. And it's the same hosta as that one, so we know it's going to get to be about 4 or 5 feet. And there's probably only 3 feet there, maybe less with that one leaf, probably 2 feet. So not sure. Loving the Japanese anemone. Those are the Honore Jobert, I think. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That lemony lace was a lot more chartreuse colored, but now that the sun is a little less intense, it's losing its chartreuse color, but I still like the foliage. We have 3 peonies there. They are the Coral Charm peony. My favorite out of all the peonies that I grow, because they stay upright and they don't make quite the same mess as my Sarah Bernhardt's that are in the front of the house. We have a daylily down there. We have a couple of daylilies here. We have Asheville Sunrise. That one hasn't bloomed for me yet. Bunch of foxglove. These are the purple foxglove. I also have a sunbird coneflower there, echinacea, that will have to be moved because it's definitely now going to be smothered by that hosta. Another daylily that will probably eventually have to be moved. The evening rose hardy hibiscus, my favorite out of the hardy hibiscus so far. Some yarrow down here that's doing what it does, it flops. Another Sun King Aralia. Some autumn joy sedum that made its way out from underneath that hosta, which is kind of funny. It was completely buried. I didn't think it would make it out, but it reached for the sun and came out. My favorite hosta out of the ones I have, well, I say it's a favorite, but I guess it's the size. It's starting to look tired, little washed out, turning a little brown. The hole back there has something planted, has let's see if I can get to it. Not a huge snake fan, and I have a ton of them, so could be a problem. Let's see. That, if you caught a glimpse, is my very tiny gold smoke bush. And it's a zone 5. And I'm a 4B. So we will see. It should be we are on this is the east side of the house. All of our weather comes from the west. So it should be very well protected there. We'll see. I have a Baptisia here that I unburied last weekend from the eyeliner lilies. And behind that, I just planted yesterday or this morning, I think, one small plant of a pink Japanese anemone. I'll see if I can find the name. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited for it to look like the white ones down there, only a light pink. We have Spinderella here who hasn't bloomed for me yet. She's got lots of buds on her, but she doesn't get a lot of sun. This would be, especially this time of year, but it still would be considered part sun area. Of course, the limelight hydrangea that is, I don't know, probably at least 8-9 feet tall, and the same width. It's huge. This area is looking messy to me. I know it's the end of the season. I've got 2 Morden blush roses there, delphiniums, autumn joy sedum, sweet shrub there. That daylily, I'm thinking about moving. That's the daylily I'm thinking about putting underneath in that hole. But we'll see. That is the side yard. Still have quite a bit of blooms. Still encouraging that it's not as grand and great as it was earlier in the season, but still beautiful. All right, thank you for everybody who has liked, all the new subscribers. Appreciate your support on my hobby. Love to show what's new and noteworthy in the garden for the week. And it'll give me something to watch when we have a few feet of snow. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.